The initial meeting of the new NIC Board of Trustees took place on December 5th, Monday, and as I predicted, Todd Banducci was elected chair of the trustees, voted for himself as chair, and then he resigned as chair. If you've ever wanted to know why the college is so messed up, it's his fault. It's all him. And he explains so in his personal rant when he was elected chairman for all of 10 minutes and then resigned as chairman. He's still on the board. He tells you exactly why he has this vendetta against the college. It has nothing to do with the Central Committee. Oh, the Central Committee. It has nothing to do with ideology, indoctrination, any of that stuff going on at the college, because in the 10 years Banducci's been on the board, he's never once exposed any of that, which means either it's not going on or it's going on and he's too stupid and incompetent to point it out. Banducci is a bully and an egotist and a thug, and he demonstrates this in this little condensed video I have where I show all the times he tries to leap out of his chair. And you can notice that every time he does, he's talking about someone who ticks him off or something that ticks him off. And this action, this kind of false start, get up and leave the chair, that's because he wants to show how big he is. He's a big man, and he wants to be intimidating. Gorillas do the same thing. So I'm going to go through the video now and just pick out a few things that he says and make some comments.
You know, there's a lot of folks that profess to be the folks of kumbaya, love, diversity, and tolerance. And yet I challenge you that they're the ones that have fomented anger and hate over the last number of months. I can give you names of some of the leaders of that, and whether it be in the press, the Dolans, the Patricks, the Oliverias, the Gettys, the Armands, the barrels of ink that have been spilled, the convenient fictions that have been put out there. You know, some of you should look in the mirror and quit projecting on me and others the things that you've been doing. You've divided the community.
Seriously, Todd has divided the community. The people he hates, the people who he's rallying against, are people whose only motivation is to save the college, and they realize that he is the stumbling block.
You know, Maureen Dolan offered me the opportunity to write a rebuttal, but I didn't.
Maureen Dolan offered him the opportunity to write a rebuttal, but he didn't, because either he doesn't know how to write, or he realizes that his position is so tenuous that there's no defending it. What you think that someone who wants to get the truth out there, like Mr. Military Man, would love to write a rebuttal and have it published in the paper. He was offered it. But you know what? He refused to shake her hand.
Because some of you apparently can't be in the same room with me. Tell me about civility and your cordialness. I have not dismissed anybody's hand from me.
He hasn't dismissed anyone's hand but Maureen Dolan's, and probably a few more.
An employee from this very college who's been friendly with me over the years, who we've shaken hands and had good conversations, and I definitely consider him a friendly acquaintance. Our wives are there, and we're there as their spouses. And I reach my hand out to visit with him as usual, and he refuses my hand.
Yeah, I got to tell you, if I worked for the college, if I was associated with the college, I would not shake this asshole's hand. He has done more to damage this institution. In fact, it's under his direction. And even though he resigned as chair, you know, he's still calling the shots. Anyone watching the meeting can see that. But under his direction, he's fired one president. He's working on firing another president. To think this guy isn't going to destroy the institution, if I worked for that institution, this guy's the enemy.
I've not turned away anybody's hand. I reached out to Mr. Corporal through a mutual friend multiple times before the election to try to get together. He rejected that.
I got to tell you, reaching out through a mutual friend is not reaching out. That's cowardice, Major Banducci. If you're following all the stuff he's been saying so far, it's all about him. It's personal. He'll say later on in his screed that it's about the students in the college. It is not. For 10 years, he's been, for 8 years before McKinsey and Barnes got on board, he was in the minority. He'd make a motion. He'd never get a second. He felt slighted. He felt they should kiss his ass. They never did. He has this huge frickin' ego. I've said in published magazine articles, his ego is the size of Nebraska. Well, he's a narcissist. He's actually the best example of a narcissist I've ever seen in politics.
It's not about me. You certainly haven't extended any courtesies to me. You call me the bully. I'm not the bully. Some of you are the biggest bullies there ever was, and you're the biggest cowards to boot.
Bullies like to call other people bullies.
And the other part of it is that you do all those things, and then you want me to just be kumbaya with you and do what you want me to do.
What we want you to do is your job. And if you're a trustee, there's a certain delineation of what you are responsible for and what you are accountable for. One of those is not to be president, Lord God of the college. You hire a professional for that. You don't hire a crony. You don't hire a pal. But you did.
Everybody thinks I have this great ego. I don't. And I have the emails and the cards and the notes and the letters, and I get, this thing's just full of kind wishes from people and letters and cards and notes.
It's not full of anything. Look at that. Look, I'll show it again. Look at that. There's nothing in there. It's a manila envelope that may have, what, 5 sheets of paper in there? Please.
You can be vile and evil if that's what you choose, or you can hand your hand out to me the next time you see me, and I'll take it.
I will never shake the hand of the man who's personally responsible for the destruction of North Idaho College, and I don't think anyone in town should. And maybe he's not stupid enough to understand, but I doubt it.
I was raised here. I was raised in Athol, population 190. I was raised, you shake a man's hand, you look him in the eye, that's your word. I'm a hometown boy. You should be welcoming me.
We should kiss his ass. We should worship the ground he walks on. If you invite Todd Banducci to your birthday party, well, goddammit, you better let him blow out the candles.
I will nominate the next most senior member of this board as the new chairman, Trustee Greg McKenzie.
Ha! And Mr. McKenzie has proven that he couldn't organize a kindergartner's picnic, let alone run a meeting of adults. And the rest of the meeting is going to come in another rant because they did something incredibly stupid. And so it needs more time. I'll see you then.